This is Mary of Alaska Stories.
And this is Mike. In this edition, we're looking at Alaska firsts. Interesting facts from the Great Land. The first military post in Alaska was located on Tongass Island near the southern tip of the Alaska Panhandle. Fort Tongass was established in 1868 following the purchase of Alaska from Russia in 1867. Shortly after Fort Tongass was up and running, other military posts were set up. Those included Fort Wrangell, a post on St. Paul Island, Kodiak Island, and the Kenai Peninsula. In 1867, the 9th Infantry Regiment was stationed in Sitka following that year's transfer of Alaska from Russia. That began the first U.S. Army soldiers in Alaska.
The first salmon cannery in Alaska. In 1878, the North Pacific Trading and Packing Company began operation at Klawock on Prince of Wales Island in southeast Alaska. The cannery was in operation until 1929.
The first airplane flight in Alaska. The location of the first airplane flight in Alaska took place in Fairbanks on July 4, 1913. Captain James V. Martin and his wife Lily flew over Exposition Park. The two reached an altitude of 200 feet, going 45 miles per hour. An earlier attempt in 1913 took place in Nome, Alaska, but that was a failure because the pilot, who was a resident of Nome, had built the aircraft from a kit. Unfortunately, the engine lacked enough power to get the plane off the ground.
The first Anchorage flight took place in April of 1922, when pilot Roy Troxell flew a Boeing seaplane over Cook Inlet before crashing into the mudflats shortly after takeoff. The pilot was unharmed, but the aircraft was destroyed.
The first airmail delivery in Alaska. In 1924, a flight piloted by Carl Ben Eielson delivered the first airplane-delivered mail in Alaska. Also in 1924, Noel Ween piloted the first non-stop flight between Anchorage and Fairbanks. Yes, Alaska is a big land, the last frontier, and a place filled with firsts. The ones included here are just a few. It doesn't matter how you look at it, Alaska is a fascinating place, filled with a rich history, adventurous pioneers, and many firsts. Until next time, Mike and Mary, Alaska Stories.